Welcome. Hello.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Chris.
What's happening?
Welcome to the State of the Market. We host these little talks every quarter. This will be our third one together, I think. But for those that haven't tuned in before, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kyle Johnson, the Managing Director of World in Ancient Coins. This is Cris Bierrenbach, Executive Vice President of International Numismatics. We're here to discuss sort of our observations of the greater World in Ancient Coin market based on what we've seen at shows, various auctions, our own auctions, speaking with collectors and dealers, etc. So we think this is really important. It's a really important topic to discuss because we're always talking about it internally ad nauseum. Every departmental meeting has some form of what we're about to discuss. But hopefully this provides some insight on the state of the market and to provide sort of continued confidence from our clients and to alert y'all to any trends we may be seeing. Let's get into it and kind of see where it goes. So we just finished or are about to finish the last quarter of 2025. Chris, is there anything clients have said about the last few months that come to mind?
Well, I mean, this year has been, a fantastic year, just a fabulous year for our team here, both in World Coins and as a company worldwide. We're in a way, it is a very sort of celebratory year in a way too, because it's like we've endured, it seems like, over COVID and the past 5 years and the difficulties and all the obstacles that were ahead of us, and we sort of came out stronger on the other side. And I think there's strength overall across the categories that we exist in this company. We're getting close to around 50 or 50 plus, but more specifically in World and Ancient Coins, we continue to see, sort of deep strength across, and strong demand across the globe, with, some specific stories that we'll visit in this conversation. But I think they're, as far as the general strength of the market, in my opinion, things are as good as they've ever been. Our reach of the company worldwide continues to increase as we continue to establish our positions in Asia and in Europe across our international offices. I think that's key to bring our company into these new markets and provide global and top market value for our consigners, no matter where they come from. And I think that's fantastic. And I think, closing this record year specifically for World and Ancient Coins, I mean, we're going to, Kyle, we're about to beat that year where we sold Paramount that we thought were very difficult to beat. Was 135 million, I think, that year, was it?
Yeah, with a singular auction of $42 million with Paramount. It's hard to beat a year.
Sort of like an added to the schedule,
to
a regular schedule. But we just came back. Kyle and I were both in Hong Kong a couple of weeks ago. It seems like a long time ago because we're about to get ready to do a big event in New York. But our Hong Kong event, and we'll go into this specifically here in a while, was sort of the crowning moment, I would say, for all of us and all of our team who just worked so diligently and hard all year long to produce all these record-breaking events. And we had a very nice one there to sort of close the year, although we were just discussing, even though it's December 22nd, we still have 3 or 4 auctions to go this year. One closing tonight with the French and French colonial coins. But anyways, Kyle, why don't you talk a little bit about, specific do a little bit of a market recap on our showcases and spotlights and what we're doing there.
Yeah. So you'll see me always talking about these spotlight auctions. I really love these things because you can put coins worth $300 into sales with coins that are, you know, 5 and approaching, you know, 6 figures. The market really responds to these auctions. It kind of consolidates a lot of collectors to only be looking in, you know, 1 or 2 particular auctions instead of having to cast a wide net. A lot of times things can just kind of fall through the cracks. So, you know, our spotlight auctions are usually thematic sales based largely on geographic location. But, you know, if you go into the ancients, they go by, you know, Roman, I guess, imperial portraits or ancient art. But, you know, we had a lot of spotlights this year. I think it ended up being something like 102 spotlight auctions, which
it's incredible.
is incredible. And I'm just, you know, thinking about all the production that happens for those. Essentially, you know, we average 2 of them a week, a few hundred coins each. But a lot goes into that. But kind of going into the last quarter, we had some really spectacular ones. Namely, I loved the Near East auction. I think that one's worth mentioning, and that this sale is particularly special just because we have a lot of Islamic dynasties material in there, and some material that's not necessarily Islamic dynasties, but it's kind of adjacent. We also include ancient coins into this as well.
That's beautiful.
But you can see the level of quality in some of these. I think a lot of the Umayyad dinars in high grade have been doing especially well. But you know, it's great to see. It's great to see this market kind of getting the recognition in the sales that it deserves. I think historically it's been sort of an underrepresented area. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some really great potential in the near future for that.
Yeah, just I'll make a quick comment. The thing is, you know, when I started in here almost 20 years ago, the sales used to be very big. We used to be all inclusive. Some companies, you know, we see a lot of auctions that are still sort of A through Z, thousands of lots. It's sort of, I know nowadays with our attention spans getting shorter and shorter, I think what collectors really want are sales that match the theme, the collecting themes that of their own, right? So if you collect Sunken Treasure is one that's sort of broader, but it covers different countries, but it's like there's a lot of collectors that collect Sunken Treasure coins, right? So they go specifically to those sales that we have now on the schedule every 2 or 3 months. The same with Spanish and Spanish colonial and many other French, the one that we have closing tonight, British colonies and British in general. So it makes it much, I would say, much more elegant and much more comfortable for collectors sort of to find what they need. In addition to, of course, all the tools that Heritage already provides, seeing the keyword matches or, you know, my want lists and all these
prices
things.
Realized.
You know, yes, the auction archives, comparables, population reports. I mean, the work that the team has done to produce the most valuable and relevant information tables and materials for collectors out there is really in every page. So if you're looking at a coin right now, be it in a weekly auction showcase or be it in our spotlights or our signatures or platinum nights or whatever it is, you all have the same amount of information, relevant information. It's more of just, you know, everything that we have there and we've compiled over the last few decades right at your fingertips to do research. So that goes, you know, in any of our auctions. But in addition to the very effective and, you know, I think a lot of lots actually perform better in the spotlights that they would in other venues. But of course, we have our signature auctions that are now, I think we had 9 in total this year or something like this.
Yeah, across signature, platinum sessions,
nights,
cryptocurrency, which are also signature auctions. It's been a robust year, specifically for signature auctions. In the last quarter, we've had the November platinum session signature auction, as well as the HK INF.
That's like our baby, the November is like our baby platinum. And
Yeah.
I really like that as a venue because it's a smaller, like I was reading this year is actually our smallest by lots,
Mhm.
number of lots, which I really like because it just seems that we're curating the team is curating these sales to be very,
Yep.
very dynamic and important. So we had 530 lots or
Mhm.
37 lots and a little, just almost 6 million in coins sold. That means, an average of over
It's
an
like
average into five
almost,
figures,
yeah,
yeah, over 10,000.
over
So,
10.
it really speaks to sort of the curation and the work that the teams is at. Much easier to navigate
Yeah.
a 537 lot sale than it is. I remember a New York event that we had, I don't know, 7,000 lots, some
Yeah.
disaster like
No, I remember one of the first years that, well, the first year I was here, we had our threshold at about $1,000 for inclusion into a signature auction, and that led to a very robust sale, very, very long auction.
maybe 2,500 lots at that
Yeah,
time,
I'd
something
say
like that.
so.
Yeah, that was when we were in the
Really
process
trying,
of
yeah.
really getting better at making sure that we
Hmm.
respect the attention of our audience and
Yeah.
make sure that we have the right lots there in front of them
Sure.
at the right moments. Of course, we continue to sell more and more lots and having more and more sales. And not that we're selling fewer, we're just everything is sort of just curated better.
Yeah, curated,
Yeah.
shifted into more appropriate, most appropriate venue.
And in that baby sale, we had a wonderful, one of my favorite coins of the year.
Oh,
Of course, the Ship Real
okay.
of Britain.
Yeah.
There it is. That Tommy has it ready for us. I mean, what I really love about this coin is, of course, the bust of Queen Elizabeth, the original, the OG Queen Elizabeth. And she's there, with her sword, just looking fantastic. And see, someone asking about the increase in
Yeah, so this is I agree. This is a pretty amazing coin. We actually sold in 2020, I believe we sold an MS64, but this as an MS63 brought significantly more, and I think it was because the strike, with collectors of hammered British material, strike is as maybe even more important than a grade on a holder, just because a 63 of one can look completely different than a 63 of another. So I think that's really what drove the success of this one. If you zoom in on the face specifically of the Ship Real, you can see a lot more definition there.
Yeah.
A lot more detail. A lot of these are really sort of softly struck, but this, at least from the ones that I've seen, I recently saw one at the Ashmolean in Oxford, and this is probably the best struck example I've seen.
Yeah, I mean with hammer coins, absolutely. Like they're in a way, they're sort of like ancients almost, where a strike is so significant. And I remember seeing this coin the first time. That was just it's just one of those things that we tend to see a lot of coins, here at Heritage, of course. I mean, we process a lot of beautiful coins, important coins, but when something like this crosses your desk, you stop and you take notice and you spend a little time with it, with your loop and looking around and just appreciating how something that is almost 500 years old, or 450 years old, and a coin that it has a thin planchet, difficult to find in basically a choice XF condition. To see something like this is really astonishing, and it's a pleasure to see.
Yeah. And I believe this was from the Cara collection of highly provenance British rarities. So we've had a few, I think this is the second inclusion from that collection. Some really awesome stuff. I believe there was Edward, might have been Edward VIII penny in the last sale that did phenomenally. So just really excited to see what more comes from that specific collection. If you're out there listening, I can't wait.
There you go. So of course, as we spoke a little bit before, just 2 weeks ago, we were at the we were at our Hong Kong event, which takes place twice a year. Now this year was a big celebratory event. Of course, our 10th anniversary. So I say hello to Kenneth IT, our team in Hong Kong, who of course have been critical of, part of our journey in Asia when we first went to Asia in 2014, I would guess. Maybe it was 2015, but we were, very fortunate and to meet Kenneth and IT, and we had our first auction that year. We were there in Hong Kong looking at some photos from that event. It was
It's a pretty small room.
Small room. It was at the Hyatt, just nearby, just in the same sort of neighborhood where we were at this year. We've been in a few hotels in Kowloon in Hong Kong, but I think what it speaks to the success basically is just you look at the volume of what we're doing. And we started, I remember, with a very successful but small. It was about $2.5 million in that event. And then, of course, this event, of course, with the Pei collection, the Geneva collection of Russian items, and the other couple of collections. Of course, we had the
Mahal collection, Spanish
yes.
Philippines that started everything off. I think these are some of the highlights from the Pei. But if we could start off with Mahal. Well, that's Spanish Philippines. It's I think it's part 12. Most of what's been offered before is U.S. Philippines, but this is the collector's Spanish Philippines. This blew me out of the water. I was, responsible for bringing the collection to market, and my expectations were tempered, but I was hopeful. To say that I was just incredulous sort of at the conclusion of the 69 lots for $1.5 million for mostly Spanish. There's a few U.S. Philippines in there, but just absolutely astounding numbers. There are numerous six-figure pieces in there, and it just goes to show how strong the Hong Kong venue is. Shout out to Kenneth for going to a show in Manila and advertising everything there. But we, I believe, have the record for the most expensive Philippines coin in our Malolos, 2 centavos right there. And that's it's just a phenomenal price.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the weekend sort of started off with this collection, which was already set the tone with very aggressive bidding. And, just to sort of put perspective, we then went into the Geneva collection of Russian, which, again, at the same token, had expectations. I had pretty aggressive, I would say, expectations for this collection, just because the incredible depth of rarities and ultra rarities and condition rarities that this group of Russian coins contain. I mean, there were several coins that I'd never seen before.
Like the one on the screen
on the screen, and others, and certainly conditions that I hadn't seen before. So I was pretty hopeful for the results, but essentially, it doubled my best expectation, and it also it far exceeded the top expectation from the consignor as well, from what we've heard. So again, I think it speaks to the depth of the market for ultra rarities like these, for things that are of high quality and extreme well preserved specimens. So that was especially I especially enjoyed watching this there in Hong Kong as it happened.
So kind of goes to show that there really is no limit to how much the market can absorb. I mean, you have probably one of the greatest collections of Russian items to come to market in a while. And for there to be, hit after hit after hit,
How
Seems
many
like,
lots was that? Do you remember off the
I
top
think it
of
was only 105.
But 105. So it was like nearly $100,000 per
It
item
was, yeah, it
of
was,
value because of nearly 10 million. So it just speaks to the depth and sort of the importance
yeah,
of what it is that we, in our world, world of, we were talking about this before, but $100,000 coin is a big coin for us. And
sure,
to have so
yeah,
many of these, to have a whole auction, essentially a session to average at this level was a great lead, of course, to the big event of the night, which included, of course, I believe it was the fourth or fifth part of the pay collection, which maybe fourth, but we have a few. The pay collection will continue in a couple of weeks in New York, but this was a big one. There we go, Tommy. I think that I was talking to Todd Imhoff, who is, in charge, one of the people in charge of our U.S. coins, and he was saying the record of the company for $1 million coins in an auction was 7 in, I believe, in a fun U.S. coin auction that we've held, and we were close to bidding U.S. coins on this one, of course, with the top coin there, bringing.
Was that 4.3?
4.3, I believe, was 3.6 million hammer. This was a very, this specimen pattern dollar of 1827, of course, is, I believe there's 2 in private hands, and this being the nicer one, I believe.
You think of, so back in 2022, 23, we offered a Chang Solin. Let's see, I think it was possibly the year 17, which is, I believe, much more common. A few of those have traded in the last few years, including one that we sold for about, $2 million. But this,
the
that
rarer one.
Yeah, this is the rarer one. And it's no, I don't think anybody really knew what that was going to do, but the excitement in the room was absolutely palpable. If you get the opportunity to go to one of our Hong Kong auctions, especially during the Pei family, please go and just see. It's unlike any domestic coin auction I've ever been in.
It's like a real auction.
Yeah.
Right. With people in the room, with lots of, with success of our platform, essentially a lot of our domestic auctions, everybody's now on their iPad. Maybe they're even in the auction room on their iPad or up in the hotel. I don't know. But in Hong Kong especially in this account, we had about 200 people.
Is to press that.
Are you playing the video there, Tommy? So, by the way, if anybody wants to see the video, there's the video. The auction, the event took about 18 minutes. There's Craig.
Craig did an absolutely wonderful job selling this. I'm inspired by what he was able to say.
Yeah. He was very active, very competitive along the way. It hammered at 3.6 million. But not only did this coin, Tommy, which is now the most valuable world and ancient coin that we've ever sold, quite by a bit. There were other, as you go back to that list, there were other fantastic lots that were sold there. Other patterns, other incredible Chinese rarities. There is a cooping tail there that I see over $1 million pattern. That's crazy. Incredible result there for the Pei family. Beautiful coin. There's beautiful dragon that we know well. This is a classic Chinese grade rarity, but this is a special one, especially nice. And of course, it's a specimen pattern cooping tail, and a few others. I mean, there was a series. I mean, this coin over here, this lot right there, Tommy, 57. Yeah, like this was one of my favorite coins in the auction, Kyle. This is just a beautiful dragon. That's a special, different design that you don't see this often with this majestic dragon. This beautiful color, of course, the Guangdong province there in the reverse, beautiful toning. fully original,
Specimen
gorgeous.
67 as well.
Yeah.
You really can't beat that. The thing is perfect. Looking at it in hand, it's definitely one of my favorite, probably top 3 of the whole. But like, just seeing that that final price realized, again, blowing expectations out of the water. Just to have a number, I believe the Pay family sessions altogether brought about $20 million together, with Geneva approaching 10, Mahal at 1.5. The whole coins section, I believe, brought about 38 million.
Yeah.
Which, apart from that single owner Paramount, is the highest total signature auction.
It was the highest scheduled event we've ever had,
Yeah.
and exceeded everyone's expectations. I mean, we played the game, we play every sale a game in our team. Everybody guesses the value of the auction, and everybody was way under on this one. The one that got closest was about 30% lower.
Yep.
So, which, I think it's wonderful when even the highest, the best specialists in the world that we have here working and producing these catalogs are blown away by and surprised by this much, by the results. And it just speaks to our audience. And I think everybody, obviously, very grateful, everybody who participated in all of our auctions. And we love our winning bidders or under bidders or third bidders. If you're participating, you're very important.
Everything
to
helps.
us. So please come back, keep coming back.
Do you want to also mention what might be coming in Hong Kong next year?
Absolutely. Oh, sure. You mean other than coins?
Yeah, other than coins.
Oh, yeah. We made an announcement recently, which we're very excited about, that we are in June of 2026, I believe June 14th of 2026, we're going to hold our first non-numismatic auction in Hong Kong. We've had 10 years of those. We're holding our first timepieces and jewelry auction, signature auction in Hong Kong in June. We have a wonderful group of watches already consigned and some wonderful, important jewelry pieces. This is a great opportunity, of course, for all of our international offices that are working with clients and potential consigners in those categories. We have a fantastic venue now to consign to. So, Tomoko in Japan, and Sarababi and her team in London, and Yako and his team in Amsterdam, and the Hong Kong team, everybody now working and with the team focused on building that specific event. It's a little bit, it's a first one, and we have to, of course, navigate import export of items into the US and for production, but we're ready for it. We've been doing coins for 10 years. We're in a great position to hopefully tap into a new market there for us and be able to help a new demographic there in Asia, that in all over the world in these categories. Yeah. So that's quite exciting for us. Yeah.
Little cross promotion there. I know I'd like to think that everybody watching right now, their devotion to coins is unmatched, but there have to be, some other things that play to your heartstrings. I know I enjoy a good watch, and if I could get a handbag for my wife, I would.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's kind of what's been happening in the last quarter of 2025. Incredibly exciting. I know Cris and I are incredibly proud of our team and every. This is a very heavy production period. We've told you about all the spotlight auctions. Those get produced alongside with our signature auctions, and so it's a lot of work. And I'd like to take the opportunity to thank everybody involved in that.
The best.
But
I mean, some of these statistics, when I'm going over them, they just blow my mind, because when Warren and I started, in 2006, 2007, we had 3 auctions a year. And this year, 2025, 162 auctions just for World and Ancients. We're just talking about World and Ancients. We're not talking about world paper money, U.S. coins, currency, nothing like that. That was just what's under the World and Ancient Coin team. 52 of those, of course, are select auctions, which is fabulous venue that takes place every week over a 2-day period, 1 day for Ancients, 1 day for Worlds. It's the best entry door into this world. There's a wide range of affordable items there, and some interesting, like it's you cannot miss.
Yeah.
Every week there's always something there that's interesting. And then, as we were mentioning before, and this is perhaps the most impressive number for the team, 101 showcase sales. This is these showcase sales are really at the forefront of how the entire company has grown. It has it has enabled a bunch of different of our categories to be dynamic and efficient, and be able to sort of cater into specific collections that are that fit well this format. We can do them quickly. It's not tied into specific dates, so it's mobile, it's efficient. So we've done 101 of these. Most of them now are spotlights, right?
Most of them are spotlights.
Thematics.
I believe we had 7 single owner showcases this year, and a lot of them are spread throughout the year. But something that we can offer is to have your collection previewed alongside one of our major sales as well, even if it's not included in the sale itself. So that's it's been very, very helpful. We have the Grant Powell collection of Scottish coinage coming up, and that's going to be, you can see that at New York also as a showcase auction. So it's just another tool at our disposal. Yeah. So
and 9 signatures, like we mentioned before, and I'm very proud to say, and this is, we're going to end up at around 145 million for the year for World and Ancients, which beats our 2021, which included that the Paramount collection that we mentioned before. So this is a record-breaking year for us. Fantastic year. Very proud of the team. Very proud of our work. And we sold fewer lots. Individual lots than the year before. 47,831 lots this year, which is fewer lots, but still we broke the record. That means that the auctions are getting even better and better. So
more curated, Ms. Howard.
So as we are closing this year, of course, we don't stop. The big event, one of our biggest events of the year, starting just in early January. We're all headed to New York around the 9th, 10th, 11th for auction on the 12th, I believe. Monday, all day. We have, I believe,
no joke,
let me count.
All day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions happening there in New York. 4 are dedicated standalone sessions. And then, of course, we close the evening with our platinum sessions. But Kyle, why don't you tell us what we have in store as far as the single owners?
Okay, we've got Eternal. This is the final installment of the Eternal collection. This has been a wonderful collection to go through. I know Cris also agrees with that. This portion is featuring Germanic Europe and Great Britain, but includes what we have on the screen is a unique 5 Zlotys in gold. This is ex-Farouk. That's a pedigree that is really hard to beat, and is presumed unique. But yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the 20th century gold, like top gold rarities. I've never seen one like this before, and we've handled a lot of Polish coins, especially recently, but to see something like this is truly special.
And I believe we have a wonderful 3 Graces, which is actually the logo of the collection, and the holders there it is.
Yeah.
The Eternal Collector, who is not only a good friend of Heritage, but a good friend of mine, is is a very there. If you go back one, Tommy, just to the holder there. There you go. If you see that this very coin was the coin used to produce the insert there. There you go, the three graces standing. This was one of his favorite coins. He loved this coin.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the most popular designs for for a pattern, a British pattern coin. It's a gorgeous reverse there with the three graces standing, sort of embracing each other. And so anyway, so this is coming up as well as the final installment of a very, very important collection, the Eternal Collection, that we had the pleasure and honor to have brought to the pleasure of our collecting audience. And again, I've spoken about this before. Mm-hmm. The Eternal Collector was way ahead of his time in finding big trophies like this one, or the Polish coin that we saw before, and many others that are featuring this catalog and were featured in the previous three installments that we've had. In addition to that, of course, we have
we've got the Pay, another installment of the Pay family collection. This has some really great British items. Shocking. I think New York, we always get some really high-powered British material, but within British numismatics, this is probably one of the trophies of the entire collecting community. It's a triple unite. It is certified mint state 63, but like I was talking about with the Chypriol from the November sale, the strike on this is second to none. I mean, I believe we've even handled a 64 at one point.
We've handled a few of these, yeah. This is the second time we offered this coin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this I believe when Mr. Pay first acquired it from Heritage, it was at the time a record. I believe he paid something like, I'm going to say around 370,000 or something like this.
Yeah, it's a very strong price.
Yeah, at the time. But this, again, like you said, of the triple unites, this is a special one. It's sort of this full thick planchet, as you can see. You can see from the photo how the rims are sitting there and how thick it is. Of course, the reverse with the legends full like that, full strike. Just a wonderful, wonderful. I'm pretty bullish on this one. People say that hammer coins or early British are not as in demand as some of the, Victoria 19th century, but I think this one is going to change that.
Tell that to the Chypriol.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's correct. But this is a special coin, and I think when coins like this come up, special things happen. So
yeah.
So Pay Family Collection, of course, again, just wonderful trophies that Mr. Pay acquired in his lifetime. Another portion of that, and then tell us about the Cambridge collection.
Sure,
there, Kyle.
Yeah, the Cambridge collection is the primary aspect of it is that it is a full set of gold and silver Croesus coinage.
Wow.
And then you've got some sort of peripheral. I believe I saw some Archimedes derricks in there, but again, this is I believe it's heavy and light standards included. And this might be the first time that something so complete from Lycia has ever been presented in one collection. So I think it's a really special, and I believe the catalog. We actually did something really special with the catalog. I believe Sam was working on this back in 2018 and produced a brochure or a pamphlet around it, and we incorporated those elements into the catalog. So just goes to show also, with our single owner special sessions, we have the opportunity to do something special. If you have a preference, we can certainly work with that. But for those that are going to be receiving this catalog, it's pretty obvious that this is a special catalog. So,
Yeah, when it starts seeing MS star 55s, things like that, and you
Yeah.
know, like then some special happen. Of course, that reverse is fabulous. So, and what about the De Niro Margolis collection of British?
yeah. So the Name Margolis collection, British coinage, which is headlined by a George V, £5. You know, that's a special coin in and of itself.
Oh wow!
Um,
Yeah.
and you know, iconic 19th century type coin. I want to say this is the first modern £5 ever created. So you know, we've handled these from time to time.
This
but
looks like a especially nice one, even for
it is
64. I mean, it's
yeah 64 cameo, absolutely stunning in hand. The die polish really makes every engraved device just really pop. It's a really cool piece, but you know, also within the collection is just 200 lots of really stunning, iconic British types. You know, I think Name Margolis had a really great eye for quality, and it was really awesome to see this collection come to fruition.
Yeah.
So
No, fabulous coins. I was
Yeah.
taking a look as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the day, our big day of there, January 12th, will conclude with our platinum session, which has a great number of highlights. The auction is, of course, is open for bidding on ha.com/3129. Is that, if I get the numbers correct? Now I
Yes.
lose track of these numbers, but
so many sales.
ha.com/3129. And then there's also another number for the signature.
That is going to be 3130.
Yeah.
And also don't forget the physical cryptocurrency auction, 3133.
There you go.
Yeah.
3 different sales there happen in New York. And of course, you know, there's a 66 Una and the Lion in there.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
66.
Which this one I haven't seen, but now after we finish this, I'm going to make sure to go back to the department and take a look at it before I get, you know, before we adjourn here for Christmas.
Yeah.
But,
you know, the first time I saw this coin, I remember thinking, oh, it's just another, you know, great engravers, modern Una and the Lion from the Royal Mint. And then I actually started looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, wait a second, this is a real thing.
DOG.
Yeah. So it's a 66 star ultra cameo Una and the Lion. I think it's the highest graded one at NGC. If you're following along NGC's Instagram account, they just posted about it too. So give a follow and a look there. But you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the Mirabilis collection as well. This is 37 absolutely stunning ancients. Let's see if Tommy could pull up that link. All right, so I think this is it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's an amazing variety. I mean, if you look at the conditions, I mean, the types are extremely rare as well.
Yeah.
I'm not an ancients guy, but I know that these are incredibly special coins, collected with intention and a real eye for quality. So excited to see that. Even though, you know, I wish I could. I wish I collected ancients.
You can start.
Yeah, I can start.
This one, I mean, this selection looks amazing just by looking at the coins there, obviously. And so that will be the beginning of 2026. A very exciting year. The pipeline looks fantastic. We have already. I'm happy to announce that in our subsequent event of New York, we already have our first dedicated single owner collection that will take place, the Villa Rica collection of Brazilian gold coins. We've sold the Villa Rica collection of silver coins not that long ago, and we're very honored and very excited. The Brazilian audience is getting this this news as we speak, that it's basically a very comprehensive and if not the most complete and important collection of Brazilian gold coins to come to the market since the RLM collection in 13.
Yeah.
When we sold that collection. It's actually it is a quality wise, it is a superior collection to RLM. It doesn't have the sort of the coronation piece and the silver in the bar and the gold bars that collection had, but this, but we have a complete set of the Brazilian guilders of 1646.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
And basically a complete run of Dobras, complete day runs of 6400 rays, all the rarities, from beginning to end, will be sold in 3 parts. First part starting at their Central State event, I believe April 29 and 30th.
Okay. Yep.
And then second event will be at our ANA, and then we'll conclude in New York in 2027. So 3 parts there for a Villa Rica collection of Brazilian gold coins, which we're very excited and proud to be bringing to Heritage this year.
Nice. So. Yeah. So, that's pretty much what is on the horizon for us. I don't know if you have any specific predictions about how 2026 is going to go for our department, or I don't ever have any predictions, except that every meeting that we have, every time I have an exchange with the team and with clients, I'm very bullish about our world, about our industry, about numismatics in general, about world and ancient coins specifically, as we continue to develop the markets, and we see we sort of keep getting surprised with the results that keep coming up, and that's very exciting. With that said, Tommy, I'm ready for any questions you have, including the ones that anything that you've got over there. I'm ready to answer. It's a good opportunity. Okay, so how do I register my coin to be an auction? So email Kyle Johnson with a photo of what you have, KyleJ@ha.com, and he will either answer it himself or direct to a specialist within the company that's specific to that item, and he will provide you guidance on what to do with it. Not every coin obviously is good for auction. Some coins are just worth their melt value. Some coins are not, they don't have enough, vast majority of coins don't have enough value to be in an auction, right? So, but regardless, Heritage will always provide you guidance on what to do with the coin. If it's good, if it fits our auction, we'll put you in the consignment process right away. Yeah. What else, Tommy? Why did the buyer's premium go up when you guys are already profiting so much? Okay, great question. Yes, there was an adjustment. We just adjusted the buyer's premium, first time in nearly 10 years. The buyer's premium has gone from 20 to 22%, 2-point adjustment. And this is basically to sort of bring Heritage up to the whole industry, where we were our buyer's premium was the lowest in the whole industry. European, international companies, some are significantly higher. Our competition are way higher, and we were sort of a disadvantage of being high, lower at lower levels. So, as from the bidder's perspective, if you need to make a little adjustment to your bid on that 2%, you can do so. But that's essentially why it happened. It's been, I believe, 10 years since we haven't touched our commissions, and expenses for everybody. Everybody knows that cost of doing business is higher, but most importantly is that our buyer's premium was lower than sort of the industry average. So we need to sort of get up to that average. And on top of that, we do pretty significant investments in cross promotion, getting new both consigners and buyers. So it kind of goes along with expanding our worldwide audience, which you're really not going to get these kind of efforts at another firm. The reach that we have and that we've invested both in getting these clients, but also to our website. I mean, again, second to none, what we provide on the website. So it's just to kind of continue those efforts, making our reach just even greater, to get to buyers and to get to sellers that have not really known about Heritage.
Yeah, I think the one thing to remember is, from the bidder's perspective, the buyer's premium it is an adjustment calculation that you need to do. So if you're willing to pay, say, maximum 10,000 for something, and the BP is 10, 20, 30, whatever the BP is, you just need to adjust your bidding accordingly, right? So that's from the bidder's perspective. So more questions, Tommy? All right. So everybody, have a wonderful holiday season, everybody.
Yes.
We hope to see you guys in New York or at the Fun Show, wherever you are. Let us know. And if you guys have any questions for us, please email us, email the team, ha.com/worldcoins. And the email is worldcoins@ha.com. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.